Aberly, Avery Smith Jr. It's probably wrong thing to put my name out there like that, but it is what it is. I thought a little bit back in high school, so.
Represent.
Yeah. So today's question is ambition. How do you feel about it? What do you do to inspire yourself? And how do you feel about it as a whole?
So ambition is a big part in my life it's my drive every day that I try to achieve more than I did the day before, and that's one thing I always want to do. And I kind of taught myself growing up is it's like, I always want to be better than the person I was yesterday. What about you?
Yeah, for me, so, we started this podcast 3 years ago, and we were both living in our parents' house, and it was something that me and you, Damien, started, and we never knew where it was going to take us, but we always had that bigger vision of how it was going to grow, and we were going to build something, and I feel like that's something that's missing for some people. Like, some people have short-term vision where they want quick success, but I feel like they're not in it for the long run. Like, you got to have that bigger vision to push yourself and want something more than what you have right now.
Definitely, man. It's just like you said before. It's like it's something that can't really be taught.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to want for yourself, teach yourself. And I think that comes from our parents too. Our parents living by their example. They were always wanted to achieve more in life. So I want to thank them for these teachings and everything like that. So it's crazy how far we've come. You think back just,
a few years
ago, into where we're living on our own now. Like you said, like we're both working full-time jobs and we're still trying to do podcasts.
Yeah, we have full-time jobs and you have a girlfriend that takes like your time, and I'm a full-time student. Even just full-time work eats up a lot of your time. Like half your time is just gone.
Energy too, man. And that's one
thing.
And
you get back from work and you're dead tired. And, like, you have your Unearthing the Supernatural, and those are, like, a lot of videos and a lot of planning that takes place, and you do a lot of cold emails. I had my podcast, my gameplays, on top of that, school. So it's like we're still pushing ourselves to that next level.
Yeah.
And I think a part of it that, like, helps me is knowing that our ancestors didn't have this opportunity. Like, they didn't have an opportunity to be on YouTube or be on Spotify and have their voice heard. Like, they didn't have the internet. We had, like, horses, and worrying about the wash was, like, running too hard and they couldn't pass it, couldn't go to town. Like, they had other worries, whereas us, like, we have all these opportunities, and I just wanted to make the most of it. Not only for myself, but for them, because they didn't have it.
Exactly, and we can actually set examples for our people to live more, enjoy life, go out and see things, experience life equally, like with other races in this world. Like Avery said, we didn't have that opportunity in the past. So now we're the first generation that has the equal opportunity to achieve greatness.
Yeah. So even, like, I do have work in school, and it's like it does take a lot of energy out of you. And, like, sometimes, like, when I do feel frustrated and feel like I'm not going anywhere, it's like I like to reflect and be like, oh, I did accomplish all these things. Like, even a video, that's accomplishing something, that's putting myself out there and creating content and wanting better for myself. Like, with school and work, you get caught up in the day-to-day and you get lost in the grand vision of things. But when you look at things on a grand scale, you're making strides in that right direction.
Exactly. And one thing is that time. Sometimes you just have to take time away, reflect, and just, that's always good. Because, like, when you're, like how you said, you're always on that grind mode, you have to just sometimes set time aside to just chill out and just, like, reflect, relax, and calm down. And then once you get yourself back going, you start grinding again.
Yeah, just getting caught up with the day-to-day. Like, the day-to-day stresses will wear you out on itself.
Yeah.
And you do have to take that time and have, like, that self-care, because I think it's a big part of it. Like, you have to take care of yourself, and that will make you better as a person as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, even as a kid, like, my dad always said, take care of your body. And now it's like, because he went through injuries and, like, didn't really, like, take care of his body as probably he should. And he passed it on to me, like, always take care of your body, always try to be healthy as you can.
Definitely.
Because it will affect you when you're older.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still young, but
yeah. But still, that's a good teaching right there, man.
Yeah.
So ambition, always try to always achieve greatness and always be better than you were yesterday.
Yeah, and it's like you said, like you can't teach it, and it's hard to like see other people that don't have it, but you can't really help them. Like they have to want it for themselves, and it's hard to cope with that. And you just have to understand that as long as you have it yourself, you have to make things happen by yourself. Like you can't wait for somebody to make a miracle for you. You have to go out and build it.
Exactly, and that's why I think we try to set the example. You know, like it's possible. You want to do these things, you can go and do it. You know, never thought that we'd be able to be online and make podcasts on YouTube. You know, but here we are.
We're doing it. All right. What's up, everybody? You're hearing this the day after because reviewing the footage, we noticed Nick's.
Some of my neighbors can't cook.
Nick's neighbor's fire alarm went off and completely ruined the audio. It was really bad. It was so bad.
We couldn't even get our last topic in because the whole time it was just going off. So
yeah. So our last question for this video is going to be, how much is the Earth worth? And this question stems from a podcast with Joe Rogan and Kanye, where Kanye asked Joe Rogan, and I feel like this is a really good topic because, like, as a Native American, we were kind of like pioneers of this mindset. Like, this is where it originated from.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, what is the Earth worth to you, man?
Oh, it's worth more than anything. That not enough money, like no amount of money, no amount of gold, no amount of diamonds can ever like pay for the Earth. And it's disgusting how little we take care of it and how much we take it for granted.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's how I feel about it too. It's like it's something that's precious and can never be like traded or anything like that. You know, this is where we come from. This is where we're born. You know, and that's just something that we have to do is take care of our Mother Earth for our future generations and ourselves. So.
Yeah. So I think last time we talked about how it was hard when it's your own people destroying the Earth. So like when I go home, the dirt road from my house is literally littered with nothing but 40 bottles.
Oh yeah.
And I'll try to pick it up, and next day I'll go back, and there would be more. It's like one step forward and two steps back, and it's hard when it's like your own people, when it's our culture and our tradition to take care of our land.
Yeah.
And a lot of our people aren't.
Yeah, and it's just like I honestly think like if we want to make change, we have to start like in our own little communities.
Yeah.
You know, I always thought that, you know, as indigenous people, you know, if you want to preach to other nations, you know, you have to lead by example. And right now, like you drive on a road, just like you said, you find 40s, you find like Sonic trash can and like all this trash alongside the road. So I think that's where it starts is with the people itself, our own people.
Yeah, and it's really hard that you feel like you don't make a big enough difference in the world. Like you do try to pick up the trash, and there's just more the next day. But I think every step in that direction counts, and you may not feel like you're doing enough, but you might inspire the next person to do another change, and that person inspires the next person. It's just like to get the ball rolling down the hill to eventually will make this bigger change. But like our last video, we get caught up in the day to day where it's like you just feel overwhelmed, and all you can do is just control yourself and do as much as you can for the planet.
Yeah, everyone. It has to take everybody, you know. And like I said,
it takes all of us.
Yeah,
like COVID.
only one person can do so much, man. But if everyone jumps in, and it'll be an easy task, you know.
Yeah,
does it. So
okay, so this will end the video. Like, subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.